That's true.
Hey, look who it is. It's Bryce Wylde, and he's right side up, everybody. If you missed it earlier.
I can't believe you made me do that. It's stuff we do this show.
You're such a good sport, and you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're awesome. You actually just came back from Malaysia.
I did. Part of the time was on my head there, apparently.
It was.
I forgot that was even in the footage.
On a boat, out of boredom.
You know, part of the reason why the impetus to go down there after, you know, what we did was we featured this, you know, sort of concept that from red fruit palm oil, there are some incredible virtues, some antioxidants called tocotrienols. It's a very special type of vitamin E. So I'll tell you about that momentarily, but I went to investigate myself because after sort of blowing this up on the Dr. Oz show, I had some major interested parties such as Greenpeace and Jane Goodall herself reach out and say, hey, you know what? The monkeys might be endangered, and think about that. So I had to, you know, think about it because I hadn't done my due diligence in the environment. Yeah, because there's some deforestation that exists in certain parts of the world. However, this is the good news story. In Malaysia, and this is me down, you know, going down deep into the jungle to see about the monkeys and make sure that they are okay. And they weren't running from blazing fires, and you know, there was no real major deforestation in Malaysia.
There aren't some.
I was trying to track them. Hey, look, I can do what you can do. So in Indonesia and Africa, I can't speak on their behalf what they're doing there, but I can tell you, Malaysia, they're producing some very sustainable, eco-friendly red fruit palm oil. Now, why do we want to take this new super fruit oil? Because it is not only very high smoke point, therefore it's very stable in your walk. See, there are the monkeys. They're fine.
They're adorable.
They're so cute. They're so smart, too, some of these guys. They come right up to you.
They have a red hue to them as well. Look at that.
They do. They must be drinking and eating the red fruit palm oil.
They must.
So this has an incredible smoke point, too. There's Malaysia. I was in Sabah there, by the way. This is a peninsula island here.
Beautiful.
So, and the tocotrienols are extremely heart healthy, brain healthy, prevents cognitive decline. You know, here it is here. This stuff here you can cook with. And what they're manufacturing in the supplement world, and this is what's trending now, are tocotrienols. If you have history of heart disease and or Alzheimer's dementia and or are concerned about developing cancer, and while we all, this is the antioxidant to take. And this is a whole lineup of now it's available in your health food store as it relates to the vitamin E that comes from this. You can cook with this. You're not going to get enough of the tocotrienols out of it to really give you that prevention.
You can cook at this at a high heat.
Very high heat, very stable, and it's nice. We're not used to using this oil. We're used to olive oil. I mean, you know, it's a great oil as well, but this is more powerful than olive oil in terms of its antioxidant capacity.
So are we taking this antioxidant in place of others, or how many, like, do you take one capsule a day?
It's interesting. It's a great question. You know, for a long time, the bad news story was vitamin E is no longer good for us. In fact, you know, Johns Hopkins, you know, some other great studies came out not too long ago, about a decade ago or so, and said if you take vitamin E, 400, 800 IU, you're actually increasing your chances of death.
Really?
All-cause mortality. Yeah, the studies weren't great, but now what we're seeing is the type of vitamin E matters, and the type of vitamin E that we want comes only from red fruit palm oil, and such a great spectrum, and such a high amount.
When are we taking these? Did I read a tweet, something about you saying don't take it before exercise, but after? Am I getting confused with your tweets?
Oh, yeah, you know, you're following. I'm following you, too. That's really cute. No, listen, so it's best taken after, if you're doing lots of, you know, exercise. That's what it looks like. So it's,
why after?
Well, because when you're exercising, you're naturally creating lots of oxidative stress, and oxidative stress requires the sweep up of these antioxidants. So
you take a palmful? No, you don't.
No, you don't. You take one at a time. That's just to show you what that's all about.
After you exercise?
After you exercise. Red fruit palm oil extract called tocotrienols. Extremely heart healthy.
You just exercised. Would you like one?
I may. Thank you kindly.
He does, so early.
So that's one thing that's trending in natural medicine, red fruit palm oil and its extracts, tocotrienol. Another one, if you have food sensitivities, DAO, diamine oxidase. This is an enzyme that you can take. Now, you can test yourself for IgG and IgE as well on blood, and people are doing that. Or you can read the book The Plan. We all know and heard that book before. But taking DAO can also mitigate and manage the inflammation that's directly in the gut because of food sensitivities you have. So supplementing with DAO can help significantly with that as well.
And we've run out of time, but last but not least, you said you can combine your own things together, make your own supplements.
Absolutely. Taking an empty capsule and combining black pepper, curcumin, or turmeric, which actually amplifies the turmeric ability to control inflammation, some red pepper and cinnamon, these three, mix it up in a bowl, and encapsulate your own equal parts.
Come on.
We'll put the recipe on BT.
We'll drink to that, and when you see Bryce at the LCBO, he only drinks this much a day. Prost! For more information at Wylde on Health, follow him on Twitter as we all do, wildeabouthealth.com. So good to see you, my friend. Over to Kevin in the newsroom. You actually got through it all.
All right, thank you very much. I want to start with TTC.